Now you kids are probably asking yourselves, hey Matt, how can we get back on the right track?
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 SNL cast members from the 90s.
Welcome to All Things Scottish. Our slogan is, if it's no Scottish, it's crap!
For this list, we're ranking the standout cast members that served on Saturday Night Live from 1990 to 1999. We'll also be allowing members who may have joined in the 80s, but who shined the brightest in the following decade. Who's your favorite SNL cast member from this period? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Chris Kattan. Physical comedy can be an important aspect when it comes to shining on the Saturday Night Live stage. Chris Kattan was extremely adept at this side of his craft, sparing no expense when it came to over-exaggerating mannerisms or hilarious voices.
Sorry, I'm late.
Wow! Ray McDonald's is there. You can say out.
What?
It's you, right? You can say out.
He wasn't a one-trick pony in this respect, however, and could always be trusted to deliver the comedic goods with a variety of characters.
Now, notice how protective Papa Peoples is of his son. No, Papa Peoples, no!
It didn't matter if we were watching Chris goofing around with The Rock as Mr. Peepers or killing it with Molly Shannon on Goth Talk. We could always count on Kattan to make us laugh.
I'm the Prince of Sorrow. Woo!
Shut up! You're supposed to be dead.
Yes, I am dead, indeed.
Number 9. Cheri Oteri. Some SNL cast members prefer to create original characters on their own, while others prefer to collaborate with another member of the cast.
I'm legitimately troubled by the amount of medication on this table.
Me too. Well, the second here is for the night sweats and hot flashes I get, what with being premenopausal. That's free, hotshot. I can still get pregnant, so let's be careful.
Cheri Oteri could effortlessly switch between both of these methods while striking comedic gold at nearly every opportunity. Granted, most of us remember her pairing with Will Ferrell as the Spartan cheerleaders. But what about Colette Reardon's bad habits, or Nadine telling us to simmer down now?
Just simmer down now.
Oteri wasn't vain about whether or not her characters showcased her best side, but rather how effective they were at getting a reaction from the audience. And for the record, they were usually very, very effective.
Take a chance, drop your pants, pee in the cup. Dr. Spartan's in the house and he will fix you up. Break it down now. Spartan fever. Taken off.
Number 8. Darrell Hammond. In the arena of Saturday Night Live political humor, there are cast members who specialize in presidential parodies. And then there's Darrell Hammond.
And I actually did all that. I mean, I didn't, but...
It's Hammond who arguably has the best known and most effective presidential impersonation ever in the form of his impeccable William Jefferson Clinton.
Mr. President, have a seat.
Fans could try and narrow things down to that smirk, the biting of the lip, or that classic thumbs up. But Hammond doing Big Bill was just a sketch that never seemed to get old, no matter how many times we watched. It set the bar incredibly high for everyone in its wake.
I just want to say how happy we are to be back in your lives, America. You voted for change, but you ain't never going to change this.
Number 7. Tim Meadows. Tim Lil Hockey Meadows served on the SNL stage for 10 seasons, which is pretty impressive on its own. But the comedian also thrived after his tenure on the show was over.
How you feeling tonight, lady?
Well, not so good. I'm having some problems with my self-esteem.
Your self-esteem, yeah. Now what is that?
Meadows appeared in movies like Mean Girls and TV shows like Schooled, taking with him lessons learned on the SNL stage.
Whoa! Hell no! I did not leave the South Side for this!
He was an anchoring presence on the show, a reliable comedic voice that could be relied on to do silly stuff like The Ladies' Man or timely satire like the O.J. Simpson trial.
Mr. Simpson, would you please tell the court why you think that you should regain custody of your children?
Well, because I love my children very much. And if anyone ever tried to harm my kids, I'd kill that person, give my bloody clothes to an old football buddy, and hop on a plane to Chicago.
This inability to be pigeonholed made him one of Saturday Night Live's most versatile players. Number 6. Molly Shannon. Sure, Molly Shannon had plenty of catchphrases at her disposal, but she also had plenty of chops, too.
My name is Sally O'Malley. I'm proud to say I'm 50 years old. I'm not one of those gals who's afraid to hide her age, unlike some other gals, and I like to kick, stretch, and kick. I'm 50.
The comedian is probably best known for her perpetually clumsy, dramatic, and monologue-happy schoolgirl, Mary Catherine Gallagher. But that's not all.
Mary Catherine Gallagher, did you do this?
Yeah. What's it to you, caller?
Young lady, you are in a lot of trouble.
Oh, yeah? Back, Angel!
She shined in the aforementioned goth talk with Chris Kattan, but could also be more understated with characters like Terry Rialto, co-host of The Delicious Dish with co-star Anna Gasteyer.
I don't know if you know this, but there are a lot of different kinds of ice.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. There's cubed ice.
Crushed ice.
Cracked ice.
Shaved ice.
Shaved ice. I didn't know ice could grow a beard.
It was Shannon's ability to vacillate between manic and reserved that made her such a valuable presence on SNL. Number 5, Anna Gasteyer. Speaking of Anna Gasteyer, that sketch with Shannon was a recurring bit for Saturday Night Live. But it's that one time Alec Baldwin was hosting that makes all of the best of lists. It was the infamous Sweaty Balls sketch, a classic slice of SNL nostalgia that barely contained itself from flying off the rails while the audience was completely dying of laughter.
You have some beautiful balls.
They're bigger than I expected.
I know a lot of people tell me that.
Look at that, Terry, the way they glisten.
That's because I make sure that each one of my balls gets plenty of oil.
Beyond this, however, Gasteyer was also an impeccable impressionist, absolutely killing it with her takes on Celine Dion and Martha Stewart.
Simple, fresh ingredients are the only secret to this classic side dish.
Although balsamic vinegar would be a delightful modern addition.
Don't be ridiculous, that's acidine.
I just thought that maybe...
I know what I'm doing.
It didn't matter whether Anna Gasteyer was playing the straight man or going full wackadoo with characters like girl rocker Cinder Calhoun. She was 100% funny.
Swear that you've been good all year on Santa's lap at Macy's. But with all the trees you butchered, you're just Jolly Jim and Wayne Gacy's.
Number 4, Mike Myers. He was one of Saturday Night Live's true success stories, a master comic who managed to cross over into the cultural lexicon with one of the most well-thought-out and successful parodies of all time, Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery.
Oh, behave. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Of course, Myers was already killing it on the SNL stage and in movies way before Austin hit in 1997, thanks to a little sketch called Wayne's World.
It's Friday, it's 10:30, it's time to party. I'm your excellent host, Wayne Campbell. With me as always is Garth.
Party on, Wayne.
Party on, Garth.
The adventures of Wayne Campbell and Garth Algar were truly a crossover sensation, jumping to the big screen after winning over fans on TV. But wait, there's more! Myers was also responsible for Sprockets, Coffee Talk, and many more.
Your story has become tiresome. Now's the time when Sprockets let me die!
The man was truly a marvel. Number 3, Will Ferrell. He might be the first name people think of when they imagine 90s SNL, and its impact upon the comedic landscape during that time. Will Ferrell could always be counted upon to be unpredictable, and to deliver some astonishingly funny on-the-spot improv at a moment's notice. We honestly don't have enough time here to run through all of the classic sketches on which Ferrell worked during his time on the show, but it's surprisingly varied when you look back at it all.
I'd be doing myself a disservice and every member of this band if I didn't perform the hell out of this.
Will could do impressions, including a fantastic George W. Bush, Robert Goulet, and even Janet Reno. He was also great in ensemble pieces, or as the straight man in the all-time classic Jeopardy parodies.
That's all the time we have. Good night. Would you get that off me?
We'll take all-time great for 2000, Alex. Number 2, Phil Hartman. We still mourn the loss of Phil Hartman from 1998, and wonder to this day what this comedic natural could have achieved if he were still with us. This, of course, takes nothing away from the classic material we still have to enjoy from Hartman, such as his great impressions of Frank Sinatra or Bill Clinton.
Well, am I right, Stephen Eady? You bet, Frank.
You know it, Chairman.
Phil was also great at thinking outside the box, with quirky yet memorable characters like Unfrozen Caveman Lawyer.
Hang on a second. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was listening to the magic voices coming out of this strange modern invention.
During a decade where Saturday Night Live was loose, alive, and usually outrageous, The presence of Phil Hartman was largely a throwback to the show's classic origins in the 1970s. A smart and vibrant comedic mind with so much to offer his fans and the industry.
I listen to everyone's prayers, and each prayer is answered in its own way.
Yes. Yes?
And I was wondering if you would try to not pray so much.
Before we name our number one pick, here are some honorable mentions. Norm Macdonald, dry humor at its finest.
Hey, Panthers, it's time to stomp some Cobra.
Yeah! Come on.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Johnny! Oh, no, that's not good.
Adam Sandler, a true SNL success story.
I wrote a brand new Hanukkah song for you Jewish kids to sing, and I hope you like it. Put on your yarmulke, here comes Hanukkah. So much funaka to celebrate Hanukkah.
David Spade. No one quite does wilting sarcasm the same way.
Bye-bye. You're very heavy.
What'd you say, Mike?
What? I said bye-bye. I just said bye-bye 40 times in a row. Why would I say anything else? It doesn't make sense. Did I just say something without knowing it? No, go, bye-bye.
Kevin Nealon. Mr. Subliminal, still funny. Anyone?
The Trumps are just two normal people with normal problems. Therapy. Donald's a confused man who should evoke our sympathy and understanding, cheating bastard. And Ivana, a very sweet and unfortunately heartbroken woman. Had it coming to her.
Ellen Cleghorn. Straight woman or wacky antics? Ellen could do it all.
We ain't gonna watch no Rescue 911. Not under this roof. Not this family.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Chris Farley. Although Chris Farley, like Phil Hartman, may no longer be with us physically, his legacy as a true SNL legend is forever secure.
Now I wonder, Brian, from what I've heard, you're using your paper not for writing, but for rolling doobies. You're gonna be doing a lot of doobie rolling when you're living in a van down by the river.
This is not only thanks to the classic work Farley did on the show, but also his reputation as a human being, a beloved cast member, and friend remembered very much in the same way as his idol, John Belushi. It's easy to compare the larger-than-life careers of Farley and Belushi when it comes to SNL, but Chris was also his own man, a cast member with an inimitable personality. His characters were boisterous forces of nature that made most of Farley's knack for physical comedy iconic slices of must-see TV from some of SNL's best years.
I thought you were trying to lose weight.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.